No, I think when I joined Doji, they didn't have a mid player, so it was just like I kind of wanted to play offlane already there, and I mean I didn't realize it's what I wanted to do until I've been playing for them for quite a while.
Yeah.
The first games you're not really sure. You're playing this offlane.
Yeah.
It's new, and it's like, is this
I
for
remember
me?
when you first started playing offlane, and it was kind of cool to watch you play because you were like really testing your limits all the time because you're trying to learn really what you could and could not do, which led to some unfortunate deaths. But
yeah, I feel like that's a good way of learning, though. Like,
absolutely,
at least if you're playing pubs, just go all out.
Yeah,
in a smart way.
Oh yeah, pubs. My teammates used to test their limits in scrims, which was frustrating to say the least.
Yeah, you can't have proper strategies or know if they're good or not if that happens.
Exactly. You play a full game and you say, hey, maybe if we wouldn't have had a couple deaths in laning phase, this would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what can you do? You play a lot of pubs still? I know.
Yeah, I play quite a bit. I'm 9K right now. I got it back. I lost it, but now I got it back.
9K? Are you going for the 10K?
Yes, I'm gonna be honest. It's really hard to win pubs in the offlane role. I don't know, Universe. I think he thinks the same.
Yeah, he does think the same.
It's like you play this hero that get tri-lane in the beginning, so you're 3 levels behind their carry, and then you're gonna have to win against their high MMR mid, who's crushing your other mid.
Yep.
And those games are insanely hard.
Those games are hard indeed. I was listening to a couple of your like interviews and stuff, really trying to digest as much S4 as I could before we hopped on this podcast. I was listening to your TI5 player profile, and you talked about how, or I think maybe you said your dad asked you, how are you going to get better at this game, or how are you going to be better than everyone else? And you said, I'm going to play.
Oh, my brother did. Yeah.
Yeah, your brother did. And you said you're going to play more than anybody.
Yeah.
Do you still think you play more than anybody?
No, I wouldn't say so. But
most people?
I would say I spend a lot of time thinking about Dota, maybe more than some other people.
Thinking about it in what way?
Just fair crafting, and like actually, I think pubs I don't play as much as I did before, but definitely just thinking about the game and trying to like think of new ways that can make a hero work or whatever.
And then you talk to your teammates about those theory crafted ideas?
Only if I think they're good. I won't say everything.
Yeah.
I won't tell them everything that's on my mind. That would be too much. Like, especially like on the offlane, there's so many item builds you can go in the start of the game. So you really have to think through. Like, it's the most versatile role in starting items for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you miss the Iron Talon jungle days of the offlane?
Sometimes when you die 3 times on the lane, but no, I don't. I don't think it's as fun.
Yeah. So you theory craft about Dota all the time. You practice Dota all the time. Is there anything? You guys said you went paintballing and you went did something else. What else are you doing outside of Dota these days?
Not much, to be honest. Just exercise if I have time. I don't do it that much right now, but I used to. And I don't know, watch movies or stuff.
That was a great answer. Thank you for that. Have you played any player battlegrounds? That's kind of like the craze right now. I know you were kind of into H1, right?
Yeah, I was actually playing a lot of H1 when it was big. But now when PUBG released, I had no time of playing it. Like, I've been on Dota for so much now. So I haven't really installed it yet.
Yeah, I was playing yesterday, and QO of all people messaged me and was like, "Got room for one more?" So I played a game with QO, and guess he wanted to drop into the most contested area instantly. Now, QO is a crazy guy.
Yeah.
It made perfect sense, but
I'm just like weak to these games because if I get started with it, it's gonna be hard to get me away from it. So I don't really want to touch it right now.
You're not touching CS:GO either?
No, maybe a few games.
Oh, does your
But
team
not
have
risk-
any strict policies during your boot camps and stuff?
Not really, but it's like it's a thing that's I don't think it's that very acceptable to just go and play other games when you're in a boot camp.
None at all.
Oh, maybe sometimes, but playing it for a few hours, it's like, to be honest, it's not helpful.
Do you guys have any rules or any kind of like team policies at all, like about like going to tournaments or for your boot camps or when you're back at home? Any kind of guidelines that you follow? I know a lot of teams are like no girls at LAN, like no girlfriends, or I know we on Dota were like no other games at all until like after TI, that sort of thing. Do you have any hard policies?
We probably do have some, but I can't think of it right now. I don't know actually.
No problem.
But I mean, the girls and stuff, I think it's fine, but it should never take away time from practice. I guess that just be on time for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys set like certain times at LANs or boot camps to like go over strategy and practice your heroes and stuff?
Sure, like there's the scrim times, and then there's the times where we discuss as a team outside the monitors. And yeah.
How much time do you guys think you guys do like before, like let's just say you're at TI and you guys have a match, best of 3 the next day? How much time are you guys putting into preparing for that match?
As a team, maybe 30 minutes or an hour, but our coach would spend way more time than that preparing the stuff he shows us. Yeah.
You don't have to tell me if it's like too much information, but like what kind of stuff do you guys go over in that like 30-minute time as a team?
Just in general, like what we're planning to do. I mean, I can't really mention anything.
That's fine. I'm curious if you guys are watching the other team's replays or analyzing their drafts, maybe doing some mock drafts.
A little bit of all of that.
Yeah. Gotcha. And you guys are all active participants in that, or is there any like? I know like we had a couple thinkers and a couple players, so we'd have some people who would be present but really wouldn't have a huge opinion unless it was kind of around their role.
I think everyone should have their eyes on the opponent and actually get their minds into the game already there in the prep. And so I think it's good that everyone is in there.
Yeah.
So you're not surprised in game like the way they're playing.
I think so too. Is that something that's new for you this year with like this team, or has that always been the case for teams that you've been on?
Oh, it is actually new for me. I didn't really do it much. I only did like the mock drafts and stuff, and just preparing myself, like, and then the 4 other players, they would just play pubs and stuff, and I would just think in my head like, how am I gonna draft?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're that much of like an individual leader?
I guess I was actually one of my weaknesses as a captain. I could never like express what I was thinking to my teammates. I mean, I could to some extent, but I'm not good at giving the idea of what I wanted to do. Yeah. So I'm so focused on something.
You've got the Dota genius. You just don't know how to articulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's very good for your teammates to know what's up.
It's good for you to be self-aware about it.
Yeah.
Fly kind of fills that void, or?
Yeah, I think he does it way better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's always interesting to hear how other team dynamics are for me, just because I was so wrapped up and absorbed in all things EG for 3 years.
Yeah. Was it like that for you? Were you the lonely guy? Prepping?
I always had my own opinion, and when I was captain, I was very into thinking about Dota, like just all the time, right? Just endlessly, like whether I was on a plane or getting ready to go to sleep, I was just always thinking about this cool new draft, and more so in like the beginning of my career, when I think like TI4, TI5 stuff, I think there was a lot more room for creativity in Dota. And maybe a little less now because it's been so refined and kind of like there's probably still some room for creativity, but
Yeah.
I had kind of lost. I had been too. I had developed too many systems to kind of still be creative and come up with super unique ideas.
Sometimes you limit yourself, and
definitely
it's hard to break those boundaries, you know.
Yeah, I started to think like, oh, this is what I need in this game, and this is how I can win this game, and you've got to do this and this at the beginning in order to set up for this at the end, and I guess I limited my creativity quite a bit. Not that it was necessarily a bad thing,
though. Yeah, it can be a good thing.
Can be a lot more consistent results, and everybody can be on the same page. But occasionally, you get that really cool idea. You know, you get that level 1 Roshan strat that you never thought of, or some cool idea like that. You think there's any room left for cheese in Dota?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of room actually. Really? It's just like you said, it's not. It depends if you want to do it. Like.
got it.